I just received my first delivery from Woodlanders, and it looks like I'm receiving the Ilex Pedunculosa long stem holly and the Juniperus rigida, the needle juniper from Japan is where that one's from. So let's see what the packaging is like from Woodlanders since I'm receiving this for the first time. Comes in a familiar size box. A lot of online nurseries use this size box. I kind of like the larger boxes with WilsonBrothersGardens.com and Conifer Kingdom. And it looks like these guys have opted for the crammed in newspaper method of keeping the trees in place, which is inferior to the strap and zip tie method that a lot of people use. So let's check out the stock and see how well it turned out. There we go. That's looks like the holly there. Looking pretty good. And there's the juniper. Fairly well protected. And nice bright green colors on both. So I would say they made it pretty well. This is late January, so no trouble with overheating on the way. Okay, now I've got them out of the boxes here. Let's take a closer look. The long stem holly. Looking pretty good. These came from South Carolina. That's where Woodlanders is located. You can see here they've opted for the root ball in a bag with rubber band method for the bottom part, which is of course inferior to what you would get at some place like Wilson Brothers or Nature Hills or Conifer Kingdom, where they actually send the trees in a plastic pot. So that's probably a strike against them. And the needle juniper is pretty tall. Now, of course, the only reason I would order from Woodlanders and not the other places is because Woodlanders had these species that I was looking for and the others didn't. So that counts for a lot. If you have the species, then you can pretty much sell them however you want to. So I'm satisfied with my purchase here. One thing I do need to do though is check the wetness of the root ball. Okay, it looks like the holly is damp, I would say, inside the root ball, and same for the juniper, maybe a little bit more moisture in there. So they made it just fine. And once again, I have to emphasize it's a little bit unusual that they're just in bags like this. I've seen this before from Keeping It Green Nursery in Washington State. They ship like this. And a few others maybe. Maybe Nurcar.com does this as well. But it is more primitive, more archaic than those who have figured out you can send the plastic pot and strap it in with zip ties, so it's acceptable, I would say. If you want to order from Woodlanders, I wouldn't be too worried about the shipping, and definitely the quality seems good, although it doesn't seem like there are that many species on Woodlanders that you can't find elsewhere, except maybe for these two and a couple others. So probably try to order from the others if you don't want just the handful that are only at Woodlanders. But they did arrive looking pretty good.